There was a girl that I used to really like, and she actually had some interest into me, to the point she actually came up to me and tried to talk to me at certain points. I was shy, I was anxious, I was to myself, and I couldn't interact with this girl. And the worst thing that I'd done was not put the blame on myself. I put the blame on this girl. I started putting the blame on her and saying, oh, it's her fault, it's her fault. Why didn't she come up and say this to me? Why didn't she come up and say that she wanted me to take her out? Why didn't she come up and say that she wanted me to go to a place with her and go for food and go on a date and want to get with me? And I put the whole blame on this girl instead of putting any blame on myself. And I see tons of guys do this, especially in this modern day, where they got this mentality that they're a victim, especially with women and especially just in their life in general, with what they're working towards and the goals that they want to achieve. Because the hard fact is, no girl's going to want you if you're a victim. No woman, especially in this modern day, is going to want you if you're a victim. No girl truly deep down wants a guy who makes excuses and isn't honest with himself, who wants to put everything on someone else instead of taking the blame for their self. And as I got older, I've really understood that too many people blame other people for their shit not going right. They blame this person, they blame this thing, they blame this thing, they blame this thing. Not just only in relationships, they blame people for everything. And they never blame themselves. They never look in the mirror. They never look at themselves and think, actually, what have I done to be in this position? What can I do to get out of this position? They blame people all the time. And I don't want you lot in this position. Stop putting the blame on other people and start taking accountability for yourself. In this modern day, it's quite hard to get women for guys. It's quite hard for a lot of guys, especially if you're average, to get women unless you're standing out in certain areas. For example, your physique. For example, your confidence. For example, you're able to make them laugh. You're confident, you're funny, you've got good qualities about you, you hold yourself in a good way. That's the stuff you need in this modern day. You can't be sitting in your room just thinking they're all hoes and they go for these guys and they go for these guys, like these incels go like, where they're like, oh, they're chads. No, they're just people who worked on themselves and tried. They're just people who worked on themselves, who tried to help themselves, who tried to benefit themselves, who tried to actually better their life and didn't make any excuses. That's what they are. They're people who took opportunities, who took chances, who tried to go towards stuff. But if you just sit in your room and be a victim and blame other people, you're never going to get anywhere. And that's the sad reality with everything. You're never going to get anywhere if you blame other people and blame other things. And you don't try to help yourself and you don't try to better yourself. Of course you're going to be a loser. Of course you're going to have nothing good in your life. Of course you're not going to have the women you want. Of course, if you're like that. Of course, if you're blaming everyone else, you're taking zero accountability for yourself. So who the fuck's going to want to be in that life with you? Who the fuck's going to want to be around you? Not any people that will benefit your life, that will help your life. None of them are going to be around you. None of them are going to view you in a good light. And it gets harsh in this modern day especially. It's so different now in regards to dating and all this stuff. How many options these girls have now. So you got to make yourself stand out in comparison to everyone else. You've got to make yourself different in regards to everyone else. And how would you make yourself different? You've got to apply effort into yourself and you've got to help yourself and benefit yourself. That's how you make yourself different in this modern day in comparison to these other people. Too many guys I see be a victim with this stuff and blame other people, and they never truly get what they want, and then they become bitter, and as they get older they're still not getting what they want. But they're not trying. They're not truly trying. They say, oh, I'm messaging people, but they're not truly trying. They're not helping themselves, they're not benefiting themselves, they're focusing on the wrong things. You got to focus on the right things that push you forward, that benefit you, that help you. Saving money, getting in shape, speaking to more people, being more social, being more comfortable in interactions, speaking to more women. You got to do stuff like this to help you, to benefit you. Don't listen to these people online who say it's okay to just sit there and be weak, essentially, and think that you get results off the back of that, because you don't. You get results when you apply yourself, when you help yourself, when you benefit yourself. That's when you get results. You get no results when you just sit there and blame other people. And this was a harsh lesson that I had to learn when I was younger. 100% I had to learn this when I was younger. I want you lot to know that if you just be a victim all the time, nothing is going to happen for you. Nothing good is going to happen for you. The relationships you want, the money you want, all these areas you want, it's not going to happen for you. Stop putting the blame on other people. Put the blame on yourself and actually better yourself. Make yourself stand out. Make yourself into someone that you want to be. Benefit yourself, help yourself, improve yourself. You got to make yourself different in this modern day and make yourself stand out in this modern day. Otherwise, you're just going to be put to the wayside like everyone else, and you're going to get walked over and stepped over like everyone else. Thank you.